think I'm the greatest receiver to ever do it. Because I think that back when Jerry was playing, and no disrespect to Jerry Rice because he's arguably the greatest, but for me to be able to go out here and change and revolutionize the game from a single safety to a cover 2 safety and dropping 3 guys deep, dropping 4 guys deep, and still be able to make it happen, that's why that I really hold my hat on that I really feel in my heart and my mind that I am the greatest receiver to ever play this game.
Can you believe that Randy Moss thinks he is the greatest wide receiver of all time?
Why is that crazy?
Because everyone knows that Jerry Rice is the greatest wide receiver of all time.
Why is he the greatest?
Look at the stats. He is the all-time leader in receiving for every category: touchdowns, catches, and yards.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is the leading scorer in the NBA history. Does that mean he was a better player than Jordan?
You played the same position on the same team at a very high level. What'd you make of his comments, GOAT, greatest of all time?
Well, in the last 30 years, Randy Moss is one of the great receivers. I would say he's in the top 5, probably in the top 3. Jerry Rice being number 1, T.O., Randy Moss, those guys are in the category.
Let's not forget Reverend Isaac Bruce has got similar numbers to both of these guys as well. He's been waiting.
But he's not in the same category.
No, he's not in the same category. Correct. He's not in the same category. He'll enter the discussion, not for very long. But when it comes to Randy Moss, Peter, you nailed it when you said he's a generational player. 6'4", the fastest guy on the field. The jump ball aspect of what he could do, the way he changed the way defenses had to adjust to play the Vikings, and anybody playing Randy Moss is a huge difference. I think that's what sets him apart.
Randy Moss was the main receiver on the 2 highest scoring football offenses ever. Do you think that is a coincidence?
Brian Billick was the offensive coordinator, the highest scoring offense of all time up until that point once he joined his rookie year.
Moss was the leading scorer on the 2 highest scoring offenses of all time: the 1998 Minnesota Vikings and the 2007 New England Patriots.
I remember going to the Super Bowl a few years ago down in New Orleans. It's 49ers versus the Ravens. And I remember Randy Moss saying that he believed he was the greatest receiver of all time. And there was such hysteria everywhere.
To answer the question directly, I had a problem with him saying that. I don't think it's something that he should have said. I think Jerry Rice is clearly the greatest receiver of all time. More importantly than that, I think that you got to be careful about what you're saying when you're wearing the same uniform. I mean, Jerry Rice delivered 3 Super Bowl champions, helped deliver 3 Super Bowl titles to San Francisco.
Jerry Rice was a great player at the big moments.
I suppose you missed the 1986 playoffs against the Giants.
Jerry Rice's focus and durability, that's what gives him a tremendous advantage over any wide receiver.
Jerry Rice is the GOAT. Jerry Rice is the GOAT. But then you ask the guys around the league at that point, and I remember asking Torrey Smith and Frank Gore and guys that you respect around the league, and they were all saying, well, we grew up and Randy Moss was that guy. He was the receiver of the generation.
Best deep threat in the history. Don't know how long they've been playing, long time. It's him.
Jerry Rice was never traded.
And obviously it wasn't because of his skill sets, because Randy Moss can ball. To me, he's the 2nd greatest receiver in NFL history.
He was cut twice, however. Fine. Randy Moss owns the record for most touchdown catches in a season, and only played with a Hall of Fame quarterback for 2 years of his career, whereas the majority of Rice's career was spent with Hall of Fame quarterbacks.
In my yard, it was Montana to Rice. So, hey, don't make me die, but hey, before we get off the show, can you please grace me?
What did I see in 1998 and 99, 2000? I saw the most electrifying receiver in Minnesota I've ever seen. He took over games. He took over the entire 1998 season, start to finish. They should have been in the Super Bowl. It was not his fault. They blew a 27-17 lead in the 4th quarter of the NFC Championship game to the Atlanta Falcons.
I didn't see that.
Okay? Yeah. Did you see that? Yeah, I didn't.
Denny Green was coaching the Minnesota Vikings at the time.
He had huge impact on that game, did young Randy Moss in his rookie year. His first 6 years in Minnesota, I didn't see quit. I didn't see attitude problems. I didn't see desire problems. I saw some off-field issues, but they didn't really hurt the team.
Can you please grace me with a pass so I can say I caught one from arguably the greatest quarterback to ever do it?
I saw him catching balls from the end of Randall Cunningham. Then I saw Culpepper. Then I saw Farad. I didn't see Joe Montana or Steve Young. And I take nothing away from the great Jerry Rice, but he was in one of the all-time most innovative offenses in the history of football. The Bill Walsh special, West Coast offense. And he did catch balls from Joe Montana, who has 4 Super Bowl rings, 2 without Jerry Rice, and then again, as Steve Young got the monkey off his back with Jerry Rice in his Super Bowl, both in the Hall of Fame. You have to weigh that in the balance here. So do I have any issue with Randy Moss saying, I'm the greatest? No, I have not.
I'm here, Mr. Montana. There it is. Hey, I appreciate it, man. Hey, that's what it is.
My pleasure.
I would do it. I don't really live on numbers. I really live on impact and what you're able to do out on that field. So I really do think that I'm the greatest receiver to ever